everyone. I'm Christian Espiritu, and I'm calling in from Canarsie and Lenape lands known as Brooklyn, New York. I will be playing Soma tonight.
Hi, I'm Alton Alburo. I am also in Brooklyn, he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing Sopat.
Hi, everyone. My name is Pasay Pao. I am tuning in from Los Angeles, California, and I'll be playing Davi.
What's up, y'all? I'm Frankie J. Alvarez, he, him, his pronouns. I'm currently in Astoria, New York, which are Lenape lands, and I am Frankie playing Frankie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Monet. I'm in Manhattan, and I'll be playing Brittany.
All right, everybody, off we go. Queen, scene 1, Soma in the spotlight.
Okay. Here we go. Soma in your area. I've been meaning to call myself the Kamai Kerouac. Track that, Jack, all the way back. Yo, let me unpack and get in this hack without any slack before you attack this legible snack. Be taken aback by this rhythmic smack. Down, down into Milltown. Your girl's been around. She's not backing down. When she draws the renowned industrial crown, making the sound of immigrant ground. Don't sleep on this round. Don't get lost, get found, 'cause it belongs to the brown. Look, I'm trying to have a conversation about my nation. She's got this reputation of declaration and misinformation and consternation about legislation of immigration in process of cessation, breaking down the foundation, encouraging ruination, deteriorating liberation at the regulation of our civilization, and leaving behind migration for absolute separation. You see, my Ba was deported. He was basically transported like a thing that's exported and completely distorted to something that's sorted. Even if he comported for years, he was rewarded, behaving like the imported, but those dreams were thwarted in being suddenly reported. So, who in this is being supported? Truth bomb. Because now he's there, and what I thought was fair seems more like a prayer or an act of despair, and I should just throw the load on and bear this fucking nightmare, as if it was rare for a person who was Khmer to fight for some air in unending warfare when you really could swear that you just had been there. So can somebody share the location of nowhere? But yo, this is getting too low, and I ain't got the dough to offer that flow that's all about woe. The flow that I know is all about the glow up in the show of lo and behold that Kerouac biopic on the woe. Because I gotta go beyond what I know, deep dive like Cousteau in the depths of below. Kamai Kerouac on the scene, caught in between the gene and the teen, and trying to intervene and sheen and clean, or give some saline, or find the vaccine to understand 16. So get lean, get keen, get in that routine. Yo, it's all ready for scene because it's your Kamai Queen.
The music turns up. Soma begins to dance. Turns out, it's a highly choreographed thing of whimsy and wonder. She is an absolute queer icon. We're here for it. It should feel like a music video, the one that you discover and send to your friends. It's the shit. The phone rings, evaporating the hyped up reality in an instant. Soma shakes it off and answers the phone.
Who even are you?
What are you even talking about?
Bitch!
You the bitch!
Your video!
I low-key just posted it. How'd you watch it so fast?
I mean, what do I even do with my life? I look at videos all day long.
Okay, and?
Well, use a bish, Kamai Kerouac.
how are we even friends?
Look, I can't believe you even did it. And like, oh my God, I was like, let's go. You queen you. Oh, you got that K kind of royalty, like Kween. Kamai Queen Kerouac.
Okay, but don't ever use that acronym with me.
KK. Oh yeah, I won't.
Soma, I need your help.
Just one sec, I'm on the phone.
Is it sopa?
No?
Monster?
Don't say a sec and then roll downstairs in 30 minutes like you always do.
It's his fault. He talks so much.
Okay, goodbye, monster.
No, don't go. I'll be off in literally a minute.
Hurry up.
Okay, let's go out.
My sister is legit yelling at me.
Meet me, queen.
I got shit to do.
Okay, we have to convene tonight.
Okay, fine. At the clock in like 20 minutes?
Oh? You are that beat legacy, lording Lowell streets like your ancestors.
I'll see your ass later.
Okay, bye, KK.
Bye.
Soma hangs up. She runs downstairs into the kitchen. Devi stands in the kitchen wearing the traditional Cambodian wedding attire, a blouse that resembles a tube top with a long ribbon that cuts diagonally across the upper body, and a silk sarong for the lower body. She looks beautiful.
Motherfucker!
Devi begins to suck on her finger.
Give me a Band-Aid.
Soma goes searching for one.
What are you doing?
I had to take this thing in.
Can't the woman at the boutique do it for you?
She could, but for some reason she keeps offering me more space than I need. She thinks I'm fat.
How do you know that?
Because she says, Davi, you fat.
Here.
Soma hands Devi the Band-Aid.
Help me. You know, just pull in the fabric as close to my body as possible and then pin it. But don't stab me.
Oh yeah, like you?
Come on, Soma. I need your help.
Soma begins to grab at the fabric around Devi's waist.
A little more.
Why are you doing this by yourself?
I wouldn't have to. What were you doing up there anyways? Sounded like you were talking to someone.
I told you, so but
Before that, it sounded like yelling.
he lights me up. What can I say?
Ooh, too tight. Loosen that one up.
So what? You big brother now?
You think I care? No, it was just loud, so keep it down, okay?
Okay. You look good.
Oh, wow. Was that some kind of compliment?
You're fat, never mind.
I'm kidding. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You want to try yours on? Maid of honor?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, no, you'll have to try it on eventually.
Eventually sounds good.
You're gonna look so pretty in it.
All right, that looks pinned up to me. I gotta go.
We're not done here.
A knock at the door.
Shit. That's Frankie. Don't let it.
Well, what's good, Soma?
Not your fiance.
Hold on.
Frankie steps inside.
Whoa, look at you.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Now Frankie can help.
What's the big deal?
It's my wedding dress, you idiot.
I didn't know Cambodians were superstitious like that.
We pray for our babies to look ugly so that the spirits don't steal them.
Seriously?
Let me put on a t-shirt.
Devi runs into the other room.
What's going on, Soma?
Oh, you know.
Being mysterious as usual.
Oh, you know.
Hey, Mr. Peterson said you dropped a really powerful essay in class.
Yeah, I got essays.
Yeah, I remember the one that you wrote in my class about East of Eden. How come Asians only get one MF Lit hero, and why's he gotta be a lead?
I think you're the only one who let me get away with that.
Devi returns with an oversized t-shirt over her silk sarong. It's a look.
I still see the skirt! The spirits! The spirits!
Devi hits him.
You're early.
Well, you always complain about me being late.
A little warning would be nice.
I texted you.
I was working.
Okay, I'm a go.
Where are you going?
Out with Sopat.
And?
I don't know, just like get a coffee and chill.
Smoking some dank on campus?
Okay, you don't know me like that.
I do, because you come back smelling like it.
Smelling like what?
You know, it would be good for me if you weren't smoking out at my new place of employment.
It's not gonna get back to you.
Just because Ma isn't here doesn't mean you don't have a Ma, okay? I'm your Ma and Ba now.
Wow, okay, so bye.
I'm serious, Soma.
Careful not to prick her, Frankie. Her blood be boiling. Bye.
Before midnight.
Soma leaves. A beat. Devi hits Frankie again.
Idiot.
What did I do?
Devi begins to pick up.
Saw me in my wedding dress, as if I don't need another sign that we should call this whole thing off.
God, you're catastrophic.
I'm Cambodian, and I was this close to whatever.
What?
Everything's a mess. The wedding's in 2 weeks, and I'm not ready. We're not ready. My dad's gone, and who knows about Ma?
She's only visiting.
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe?
What'd you bring me?
What do you mean maybe?
Ooh, that looks like wine. Give me.
Devi advances on him. Frankie hides the bag behind his back.
Tell me about maybe, and I'll get you drunk.
My dad dipped.
Devi grabs the bag from behind him and unearths the bottle of wine.
Like, how?
He's not taking his meds, and he posted this video of himself on Facebook going off about his situation.
So that's why she went.
And Soma can't know. I know you like to be in the know with her because you're some cool guy.
I am some cool guy.
But Soma thinks that Ma's just visiting.
Well, don't you think she saw the video?
Okay, cool guy. The kids are not on Facebook. Only suburban mothers and Cambos are.
Well, what's wrong with Facebook?
Besides, Mom made him take it down before the government had time to flag it. I didn't even see it.
Was she really that worried?
Guess so.
And you?
I just need a drink.
Devi pours herself a glass.
Let's just map this out, okay? Your mom's gonna convince your dad to go back on his meds. He's going to. She's gonna feel comfortable leaving him. She's gonna return a couple of hours before our wedding.
Couple of hours?
Kidding. A couple of days before the wedding. She's gonna jump right back into helping you. She's gonna annoy the shit out of you. And we're going to get married. We're gonna stream the whole thing so that your dad can be there too. And then we're gonna party like it's 1999.
Oh yeah? Are you gonna pull out some of your 90s moves?
Oh, you know that I got them.
Frankie does some 1999 move that is emblematic of the period. Maybe getting jiggy with it or bye bye bye. It eases Devi a little bit. A bit.
What if you just wait?
4?
Tai Chia came back.
I know.
Laws change all the time.
Sure.
And you don't think it's going to happen.
I think I'm glad that we're working with Tai Chia's lawyer now. I mean, didn't we talk about this already?
My dad just had another episode.
But you asked me to remind you back then, when your dad first got his order to report, that we have to keep going, no matter what.
I know.
We really can't afford to cancel everything at this point.
Oh, I know.
And I really want to finally, for the first time ever, consummate our relationship.
You're an idiot.
Yeah.
They kiss.
Peterson told me about some essays Soma wrote.
Right.
You know about it.
Yeah, I read it.
What the hell? Why'd he send it to you?
He was worried, I guess.
Okay, well, that's totally inappropriate. I made it clear to everyone that when I took the job, I had to be a teacher, not her sister. And you definitely cannot be some proxy for me. How was it?
I mean, she's pissed, and we know why.
But it was like he was ready to ask me if she was a shooter.
Okay, Soma is far from that.
Should I be worried about it?
I think you're not her parent. Give it a read. I'll email it to you.
Frankie pulls out his cell phone and sends the essay to her.
Oh, check it out.
He begins to do the Saravan dance, or the birdie dance. It can be best described as a couple's dance, where two people stand in front of one another. While one person advances on their partner for a couple of steps, the partner retreats in the same direction with the same couple of steps. Then it's the partner's turn to advance and the other's turn to retreat. Meanwhile, each partner extends their arms at their sides like a bird, flaps generously while moving those arms to make an X in front of them. The arm action repeats throughout.
Savannah's been showing me moves.
Savannah doesn't know shit.
It's the birdie!
Uh-huh. Saravan. It's like the most basic one.
Look at these arms, huh?
Yeah, okay, but you're flapping like you've got somewhere to go.
I gotta get to my wedding, baby!
The music for Saravan comes up. Devi joins him as the two dance in the kitchen.
Less arm action.
No, I disagree. More arm action.
Frankie flails like a fool. There's a warmth. They continue to dance as the music holds them. Scene. Soma walks down the street. It's a dark, cool New England night. The streetlights barely give a sense of the grandeur of this old industrial town. Blocks of old mill factories line the streets. She continues to walk. The walk feels kind of cinematic. Maybe some light jazz music comes up. We're just moving down the street with her, and she's remarkably lighter than before. She's got a smile on her face. As she begins to approach the Lowell High School clock, she begins to hear music. Behold, Sobat is listening to music via a boombox. He's dancing by himself. Soma waits and watches before acknowledging him. This could take a while because Sobat is listening to Blackpink's Doo 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 Doo, and boy, he knows every move. He's literally performing every lyric, every bit of the choreography. At the right moment, Soma joins him.
Come on, Queen still got that doo-doo-doo-doo.
She stays versatile.
Yeah, but can she keep up?
In her sleep, son?
You're so dumb.
We're so dumb.
We both so dumb.
We should have filmed it.
Oh man, she's an influencer now. She got those influencer instincts.
Shut up.
Okay, seriously though, spill it.
What?
Why all of a sudden you posted that TikTok of you dropping beats like you've been doing it all this time?
Don't make such a big deal.
It's not just me. Have you checked your stats since you posted it?
I told you, I legit just did it.
Yeah, and it's blowing up.
Seriously?
Soma views the video on her phone. We can faintly hear the rhyme from the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah, over 5,000 likes, like, whoa. You'll be caught with the virus by morning. Hey.
OMG, Brittany liked the video and she commented 3 blue heart emojis. Ugh, take that ditch and bury me with daisies.
Yeah, I knew you had a thing for her.
Whatever, she's cute and all, but I don't know if...
Nah, she's a lesbian, 100.
What, she tell you in choir?
In your dreams.
You're the worst.
Okay. Seriously though, confess it like a Catholic.
Confess what?
Why you posted content like that?
Whatever, I just did it because I felt like it, okay?
And
my boss said he liked my videos, even if they weren't for him.
how's he doing? How are you doing? Is he coming back?
Fine. And I don't know, probably not.
Because
Uncle Sam is shit.
ugh, I don't get it though. Wasn't he a citizen?
He had a green card, refugee status forever.
Well, why didn't he?
I didn't come here to talk about that, okay? I got hyped, sorry.
It's okay, but can I ask you another question that's gonna light you up?
I mean, I guess.
Okay, did you make that video because your mom left too?
She's just visiting him.
Yeah, but what if something happens to her too?
You gotta stop. Seriously? You're like my worst nightmare, okay? So please, just put it on ice.
Yeah, fuck ice.
Be done. Oh shit, I almost forgot to tell you.
Soma jumps to one knee as if she's going to propose to Sofat.
You are officially cordially invited to Mr. and Mrs.
Shut up.
Wedding
Shut
Junction!
up. Shut up. Life is beautiful.
They start dancing together. It's chaotic.
Oh, I have nothing to wear.
Well, it's both a Cambo and a Jesus wedding, so
Costume change. I live.
yeah. Just try not to outshine the people actually getting married.
Okay, but seriously, we gotta figure out how to serve the fantasies. Let's go to the mall this weekend.
I got some stuff to do. My sister's all amped up. Like, can't we just order shit, try it on, and return it if it sucks?
A rom-com makeover movie moment? Ooh, we serve.
Let's serve it Saturday.
Yes, serve. And serve. And serve. 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 You know, okay, I was thinking about our conversation the other day about Blackpink.
You're Lisa?
See, I just don't understand why you are so sure about that.
I'm gonna smoke.
Soma pulls out a pipe.
I just feel like you didn't hear my full case for being Jisoo.
We all want to be Jisoo because she's like the perfect Korean poster girl, but neither you or I have that kind of model energy.
But it's more than that. It's like, she's got this lean in quality. Like she's not trying to exert more than she should. Like she's just gonna be who she is. And like also there's a mystery there. Like, who is she actually? Like, who is she? But that's the energy I'm trying to serve. Okay, pass it.
Soma passes the pipe to Sofat.
I hear your argument, and I would like to approach that bench.
You may.
Amateur.
Proceed with your defense.
It's not my defense, it's your defense. And I just think it's fine to be aspirational, but it's also good to know who and what you're starting from. Lisa? And why you gotta hate on her? She's the danceress. She's got that global vibe, and she's gorgeous.
Okay, so what does that make you?
Who cares?
Identify yourself, Blink.
I mean, none of them really. If Jisoo's that cookie cutter K-pop princess with that good skin, the rest of them are all cookies in the tin. I'm no K-pop cookie.
Okay, really trying to work through this metaphor of yours. You know who's got like a K-pop look?
My sister, I know.
Yeah, she could be in Blackpink.
She's K-pop, and I'm that other K-pop. My pop.
Ooh, I like that.
I guess I'm just me.
A straight up B?
Chilling like that ice cold sweet tea.
Not trying to sell yourself for free.
Because all this vibe is coming at a fee.
And that exchange rate is gonna make you see
that I am the key.
Not the he.
To the sheer audacity
of spilling that tea.
You dummy, I already said tea.
Yeah, but barely.
Boo, you lose.
Whatever, I'm high. You?
No.
For the moment, they're the only two people in the world. All is good.
You know, the Kerouac Lit Festival has that poetry slam at school.
And
And like maybe you could take your beats to the podium. K-pop Kamai Queen Kerouac.
Yeah, no.
Well, how come?
Because it's not my scene.
Dropping some truths on a beat isn't your scene?
But like in front of people like that, no thanks.
How is that different from what you posted?
Why do I gotta explain it?
Because I don't get it.
It's just like, if it's locked in a video, even if I know other people are gonna see it, there's a freedom in not letting people affect you when they're being haters. They change the thing, and I don't want it to be changed. I want it to just be what I'm putting out. Please, let's not even talk about that anymore.
Okay, weirdo. I'm gonna bring it up again though, so. Oh shit. I got dance rehearsal Saturday morning. Can we do the afternoon?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good, because I can't miss another rehearsal. I've been picking up shifts at work, and La Cruz been all pissed. I told him, yo, when you start paying me the Benjamins to play these, weird ass monkey characters, then I'll start showing up to every single rehearsal.
You said that to him?
He got my vibe.
It must be fun doing that, though.
Yousefzadeh jumps up and begins to demonstrate some classical Khmer dance moves.
What? This?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when I go to one of your concerts, everyone seems so confident. It's just like stone cold concentration and
Presents. We got presents.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like knowing even if you're gonna fuck it up, it's all right because no one really knows what the dance is supposed to be except the teachers. And when you think about it like that, you can just do it. You can just be in the room and dance.
Sapat's classical Khmer dance evolves into something twerkier or TikTokier.
You're stupid.
Now I'm dancing.
Sapat attempts to aggressively twerk in Soma's proximity.
You know, my boss used to dance in that troupe.
No shit. He always seems so tough and tattooy.
And my ma too, but I guess sometimes it's like more expected for girls to do it or whatever.
Sexism though.
Ba's family forced him to do it because he was always getting into trouble, and Ma was like apparently so good that she kind of helped him.
Oh, it's like that old movie, Dirty Dancing. It's so sexy.
Ew, don't do that.
What?
Like pretend they're humans who have sex and shit.
Hello, they were kids like us rolling around these streets back in their time too. It was exactly the same, but without iPhones.
Stuff has changed.
Not really. Okay, look at those mills. Ooh, we love our mills. We love our industrial city. We make it be so quaint. Yeah, but lots of horrible things happened in those factories. That cotton came from someplace. That cotton was turned into fabric by someone.
Slaves and girls.
Yeah, it's like, what changes in this town, or this country, this universe? Whatever changes. Hello, universe? I am talking to you.
Would you shut up?
No, I won't shut up. I am having real talk with the universe. I am channeling our Beats forefathers who once rolled around these very streets with wine in their blood, hearts in their hand, and the audacity to ask some GD questions. And I have one, a really important one that you're gonna need to answer, universe. Okay, you hear me? Okay, here goes. What you gonna do with all that junk inside that trunk? Tell me!
You are so extra. Universe, get me a new friend.
So much. I'm speaking as the universe. Too bad, bitch.
Seriously though, can we take it down
Take me
please?
down if you want to try.
Someone pulls him down to her side. They sit side by side.
I'm ready for something new. And like, not something new to happen to me, but like the new that's coming from me.
She's getting so philosophical.
And
like, isn't that the existential flow? Shit's still gonna happen to you.
and maybe you can prevent some of it by bringing that presence out. Presence as protection.
They stare out into the night sky. It's getting real existential and shit.
And maybe we've gone full Kerouac.
And maybe.
They take one last hit. The stars twinkle like truly. They twinkle for these two. Maybe Don McLean's Vincent plays, or maybe it's just playing on the inside of their melded souls. Who knows? Scene. In front of St. Anne's Episcopal Church, down the street from campus. Soma paces about with a flyer in one hand. She's got earbuds in. She studies this piece of paper. She sits down on a bench. She thinks about it.
Come my Kerouac in your lane, trying to investigate this brain, not trying to complain, but master the reign of this god-awful
Pain.
Behold, Brittany stands in front of Soma. She carries some books and her backpack.
Brittany, what's good?
Just getting back from lunch. Pain makes sense.
What?
Your god awful pain. I just felt like that's where you were going.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. I was just working on some rhymes.
For fun or for something?
For fun.
Cool.
Cool. What are you reading?
Oh, A Parable of Talents. It's this sci-fi thing by Octavia Butler.
You into sci-fi?
It's cool. The books came out in the 90s, but the series takes place in like this dystopian version of 2020s and beyond.
So like the normal version of now.
It feels dystopian, right?
Yeah.
Now, sci-fi is cool because even though the writers make up these new worlds, they're commenting on ours, like covert analysis on some deep truths or something.
I like that. Covert analysis on the truth.
Like your rhymes.
What?
Your video that you posted, I really liked it.
Yeah, I saw that you commented. 3 blue hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt like a fan. I'm always like a fan of the emoji hearts that are not the standard red or the cutesy pink ones. Like blue is like, oh.
Yeah. Gold is my vibe. What's yours?
What's my what?
What's your vibe?
Oh, my vibe. Yeah, so like on a good day, I'd probably say that it's the smiley face with the money sign for eyes and the green tongue.
Yes, money.
But TBH, on an honest day, it's more like,
Oh, wait. You got to show me. And like, I'll see if I can guess.
like with my face.
Yeah, like with your face.
Soma makes a really valiant attempt at doing the thinking face emoji with one hand in the shape of a check mark and one brow higher than the next.
That's your vibe?
I mean, if I had to choose one, yeah.
It's cute.
Sopat says you're still crushing it in sound impressions.
Oh, Sopat's the one who's got that star status. The rest of us are just backup.
No way. I mean, don't tell him that. But You all are so good. Like the staging and the harmonies, that's some serious Broadway level stuff.
Thanks. It's a good time. But like honestly, between rehearsals and work and visits to college, I'm feeling a little spread thin.
You're already visiting schools and stuff?
Ugh, my mom is making me, and I guess it's junior year. You gotta look now and then you apply next year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Plus, I don't know if I want to stay here.
Oh, yeah?
I keep thinking that I want something bigger, you know? Like, I want to go to New York and write books and be on important panels and stuff and pretend like I'm smarter than everyone else.
Yeah.
That sounded arrogant, right?
No, it was like honestly refreshing.
Well, how about you?
Me?
You know, you always act surprised when I ask you a question. What's that about?
Do I? Maybe I'm just like buying time to find an answer.
You find one yet?
Yeah. See, the thing is, I don't know. Like, even tomorrow seems hard to picture in my brain. So, the future is like, what? But lately, at least, I've been feeling like I got some control when I'm putting words down. It kind of makes me feel like I'm getting ready for something.
What's that?
I don't really know.
Hey, I'm sorry to hear about your dad. That's total shit.
Yeah, but he's gonna come back, hopefully.
That one guy did.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I better get going. I have class in a little bit.
Oh, yeah, me too. Guess lunch went longer than I thought.
You should do it.
Do what?
Brittany grabs the flyer from Soma.
Enter the Lit Festival.
Oh, I'm just thinking about it. I don't know.
Well, judging from the lines you dropped in your video, I think you do well.
Thanks. Maybe.
See you later.
Brittany walks away. Soma waves bye to her and then waits a good amount of time before she has finally disappeared. Then she drops to her knees with both fists in the air in victory. The church swells behind her.
What are you doing?
What?
Soma jumps up.
What are you doing?
I asked you first.
Chilling. You?
Same.
In there?
I have extra time at lunch. I like to walk down there. You got a problem with that?
Nope.
And you?
Yeah, same. It's nice out here.
Was that Brittany Rowe I saw you talking with?
Oh, was it? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, okay? Why you gotta make it so awkward and shit? Yeah, it was Brittany Rowe, and we were talking about stuff, so there, get over it.
Okay. Wow. It's nice to see you too.
Sorry, I got hyped. I didn't know you were religious.
I'm not really. I just like how quiet it is in there.
You ever, like, talk to God?
I don't know. Maybe.
How do you not know?
What God are you talking about?
Big white dude with lots of facial hair, like Santa, but fit.
Yeah, no. But sometimes when I'm looking at the light through the stained glass windows, I feel like God might be in the colors.
Damn, you should be an MC.
Brass monkey, that funky monkey.
Okay, never mind.
You know, if you ever go inside, there's this little one that's my favorite. Sky blue, green, this amber that's almost brown, yellow, and a really light lavender. All the other ones are these epic biblical depictions, Jesus and his crew. And this one is so simple, just a handful of flowers.
Why is it different?
I think it was donated by the Girls Friendly Society way back when.
That a cult?
Nah, they helped the girls in the mills.
Yeah, everyone's got a story about them.
It's crazy though. All these poor girls, some younger than you, being sent to the city to work in the mills. When they didn't have their parents with them, they just worked.
Maybe I should do the same. Just move someplace and work.
What about your sister?
She's got you.
And you?
Sure.
Hey, I gotta get to class, but you want to walk with me?
I'm gonna stick around for just a little longer.
Okay. But if you're late and your sister finds out, we never saw each other.
Saw who?
Don't be too late.
Frankie leaves. Soma looks down at the flyer. She's not sure about this or anything else really. Maybe she could. Maybe it's too much for her right now. Maybe.
Kamai Kerouac in your lane. Trying to investigate this brain. Not trying to complain, but master the reign of this god awful pain. That won't wane, but continues to strain and making me insane by leaving a stain that's hard to explain and oh so arcane. Oh shit, arcane? What does that word even mean?
Scene. A couple of days later. Davi sits at the kitchen table making small gifts for the wedding guests. There are several sprawled about. She does this all while reading from her laptop. Her hands never stop moving. Her eyes move from line to line. She's on the last page.
It's kind of funny. Oh, yeah.
She reads on. She's almost done, and now she's done. She stares at the page. She rubs her eyes. Her hands take a reprieve from making these little gifts. She scrolls back up. She breaks from the report and stays locked in her thoughts about what to do now. Soma enters through the back door wearing headphones. She does not notice her sister. Davi's eyes follow Soma as she goes for a glass of water. Just as Soma is about to head to her room,
Soma,
Soma stops and turns.
your headphones.
Soma takes her headphones off.
What's up?
Hey, will you help me with these?
How long is it gonna take?
Depends on how fast.
Zapata's coming over soon.
Well, get to work then.
Soma resigns to the table.
Just put a couple of the chocolates in this thing, wrap it with this, and then tie it.
Davi demonstrates.
Got it?
Yep, I got the concept.
Soma begins to put on her headphones.
No.
What?
You and I are not sitting in the same room while you're plugged in.
It's gonna go by faster.
No, we are at the table. You and I. So let's like talk, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's talk.
For a couple of beats, the two work on the gifts. This is awkward.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Soma looks at Davi. Why is she being this way? She returns to the task.
You got some Amazon boxes, like a lot of them.
Oh yeah, forgot to tell you about that.
I know Ma is cool with us using her account, but let's just, go easy on it. Not exactly pulling in the dough right now.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
What's in all those boxes anyways?
Funny you should ask.
Is it funny?
Well, you see, those boxes are clothes.
All of them?
Well, you see, yes, but
Spit it out.
some of them may belong to Sopat
Why?
because I sort of invited him to your wedding.
Soma!
Come on! He's my bro. I don't know why he wasn't on the list anyways.
Because we have to pay for everyone to eat.
He won't eat. We'll share plates. We'll bring our own food.
No, you are not bringing in your own food.
He's like the one thing I'm asking for in this whole thing.
You know, I had to not invite people that I wanted there too.
Ugh, I know, but like, I have no one there that I can hang with.
I just wish you had talked to me.
I'm talking to you right now, right?
Not after you asked him, smartass.
Can he come?
Yes, he can come.
Thank you.
But we're not paying for all these clothes.
We're gonna try on stuff and return whatever we don't like.
And you have to promise me that you'll go with me to the boutique tomorrow to try on your outfit.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Soma continues to wrap the gifts begrudgingly. Devi looks for her window and...
Hey, so Mr. Peterson talked to me the other day.
Look, I was looking up a word on my phone.
What?
I wanted to know what the difference was between irregardless and regardless. He uses them interchangeably all the time and it drives me nuts. Use one, man.
Yeah, you should put your phone away in class, but no, that's not what I'm talking about.
Then what is it?
It was about an essay you wrote.
Yeah, I got essays.
About immigration reform, right?
Yeah?
Devi reads from her laptop.
Clinton doesn't know shit. Bush doesn't know shit. Obama doesn't know shit. What's his ugly orange face doesn't know shit. The Chinese Exclusion Act, the Palmer raids, the Mexican Repatriation Act, Operations Wetback, Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigration Responsibility Act, Homeland Security Act, Cambodian Repatriation Act. Why do we have to be surprised by the legacy of deportation some brown people in this country? Why do we have to be surprised by keeping kids in cages? Why do we have to be surprised by kids being separated from their parents? Why do we have to be surprised by kids dying in custody? It's all legalized shit. And I'm tired of having to write stupid essays explaining why white people do awful things. I'm tired of writing essays about how these awful things come to laws. I'm tired AF of writing essays that make it seem like everything is long ago history, as if people aren't history. I don't want to write any more of your white people essays.
Peterson sent it to you?
Well, Frankie, via Peterson.
Why is Frankie sending it to you?
Because he cares too.
So what is this? You, Frankie, and Peterson all conspiring against me? Like I'm some crazy person? Is this like an intervention?
No, Soma, it's just, I want to talk to you about this.
What's there to talk about? I think my thoughts are pretty clear.
They are, but it's also an essay you turned in. So like, there's a way to write your feelings within a form, you know?
Fuck form. What does that have to do with anything? I was pissed off.
Yeah, but you can't just tell your teacher to fuck off. I'm not writing any more of your essays.
I was so blowing off some steam.
And Peterson gave you an F for this. He thought you were being insubordinate.
It's one essay.
Okay, but just because Ma and Pa aren't here doesn't mean you can start going off the deep end.
I'm not.
Whatever, okay? It's not even the issue.
Then what is?
It's the content. What's going on with you? You want to talk about Ba?
With you? Hell no.
I'm trying to talk to you, Soma.
And I don't want to talk, okay?
You know, with everything going on, you and I are going to start needing each other a little more.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Soma begins to storm off.
Hey, Soma, come back. I'm still talking to you.
Why don't you talk to yourself? Talk to yourself about your crazy sister. You already been doing that.
Soma's at the kitchen.
Shit.
The sound of a door slamming shut. Devi does not know what to do. A beat, and then there's a knock on the door.
It's open.
The door opens, revealing Sapat dressed as a monkey character from a Khmer classical dance. He takes off his monkey head.
I had a dance rehearsal.
She's upstairs.
Thanks. Oh, and thanks for the wedding invite. You're gonna be like such a pretty bride, like a K-pop bride.
Thanks.
Sapat begins to go.
Take these with you.
Davi gathers a couple of boxes by the door. Sapat can barely carry them, but he clumsily tries.
Oh, um, uh, okay, thanks.
You got it.
A moment of stillness. Davi returns to wrapping the gifts. End of excerpt.
All right. Thank you, everyone. If you want to stick around, we're going to start a post-show discussion in just about 3 minutes here. So stick around. And for those of you who need to sign off, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back on in just a sec.
So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. In the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll. Kink out, kick the drum, rolling on like a rolling stone. Sing song when I'm walking home, jump up to the top of the brown. Ding dong, call me on my phone, nice tea, and I'll get my ping pong. This is dead heavy, can't hear the bass, boom, I'm ready. Life is sweet as honey, yeah, this beach chain like money. This go all alone, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm diamond, you know I glow up. Hey, so let's go. 'Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa, bring a friend, join the crowd, whoever wanna come along. Word up, talk, just move right up the wall. They're light, skies are light, so we dance to the break of dawn. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the medicine, so you should keep your eyes on the ball. This is getting heavy, can you hear the bass? Boom, I'm ready. Levies, sweetest honey, yeah, this bitch ching like money. And this go overload, I'm into that, I'm good to go, I'm down, you know I glow. And let's go! 'Cause I'm in the stars tonight, so watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Hey, shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa, na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Life is dynamite. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Life is dynamite. Shining through the city with a little funky soul. So I'ma light it up like dynamite. Whoa, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. 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 Light it up.
Okay, I'm going to ask Pirronne and Vichet to join me here. So if you guys would unmute and hit video, bravo! We feel your virtual applause. This is the hardest part about Zoom. We don't get to celebrate in together, but we're feeling the good warmth and vibes and as people are lighting up the chat, as we say. I just want to. So folks who are with us, thank you for staying. There's going to be an opportunity for you to ask some questions. So I think, have those at the ready. I think what would be awesome if, as people are listening and thinking about it, just things that are sticking with you immediately after the reading, I think that would be really helpful for the team. Moments, relationships, characters, any of that, lines that are sticking with you. We'd love to see that populate the chat. I'm gonna kick us off here, Vichet. I just want to talk about Soma for a second, because I don't think we have a character like Soma in the American theater. And it's very exciting to me and very energizing to me, who she is and what she's after. And something that just like sticks out for me is that I'm ready for something new and something new that's coming from me. That line just has my like tuning fork going nuts. So I wonder if you can just talk a little bit about, because in the commissioning of this play, the things we talked about were number of characters and that it was set in Lowell and then it was just go. So can you talk a little bit about how she came to be a being? Yes.
Yeah, first of all, let me thank everyone who showed up. I mean, the participant pool, I was blown away. So thank you all for sticking around for this talk back. It just swells my heart. Yeah, so, Courtney and I we talked about, some ideas, and this is such a unique situation because I've spent so much time in Lowell. I've done 3 different shows, one being my own that I wrote. And so I've had the opportunity to spend time in the community and to get to know people in the community, a very diverse body of people in the community. Obviously all the Lowell people know that Lowell happens to be the home to the second biggest Cambodian population in the country. And so to me, it felt every time I go back to Lowell, it feels like home. And so I felt this like great responsibility to write something that was all encompassing and that was, reflective of what I've experienced in this city. So yeah, Soma is such an interesting character, and I don't know where she came from. I mean, I'm sure she came from sort of my own yearnings as a young person, as also a young queer person who grew up in a very different environment. I grew up in Dallas, Texas, very homogenous environment. I was certainly the minority. And being in Lowell, something that I've observed is the Cambodian youth in the city and how fully and how voraciously they live their lives and how they are in company with one another. So that's also something I've continued to observe every time I've gone back to Lowell. And so to me, it's like thinking about this legacy of Jack Kerouac also in Lowell and thinking about what a Jack Kerouac in 2020 would look like. To me, it's like, this is where the baton has been passed to this young queer woman of color, this Cambodian young woman who is just trying to figure stuff out and, trying to figure stuff out in the backdrop of this city that has such a vibrant history. And so, I'm just really excited to explore more of like what I can do with Soma in this context and have her sort of find out who she wants to be. It's really exciting.
I love that. Pirronne, I'm going to toss a question to you. And at the same time, I'm going to also ask our acting company to come on with us, because I know folks are going to have questions for them, for those of us who can join. So acting company, feel free to unmute and bring turn your video on. Pirronne, working on new work is very different than working on an existing play. And I would love for actually this is for both of you. What was the biggest surprise or change during the week or discovery?
What was the biggest surprise, change, or discovery? I think that like what really I mean, maybe I'm not answering your question exactly, but I think what really deepened for me was the like layers of relationship and the ways in which between two siblings there can be layers of like adversary and best friend and parental dynamics that can all be accentuated in times of crisis. And I think it was Alton, if I remember correctly, one of our very smart actors who asked, like, what are things like normally between them? Because we're meeting them in an extraordinary moment. And I think that it's really, it was just really useful. That question was incredibly useful. And thinking about sort of what the MO is, and then how is this night different from all other nights? Like, to use the Passover question, which is one of my favorite dramaturgical questions. But knowing sort of what the baseline and history is of the relationship at the same time. I think that was a really big, I think there were a lot of lessons in that over the course of the last few days.
Awesome. Yeah, Vichet, I mean, you did a lot of work this week. I was so lucky to like hear the first reading, and then just, I think, Pirronne, your word deepened for sure. So yeah, you want to like speak to that?
Yeah, we're working on a new play via technology, via Zoom, and so I think everything feels like a surprise, right? Everything feels like a new discovery, even if we've been doing this for so long. And I would say it's like when you get into a room. Hey, Christian. When we get into a room with like these amazing actors and the director, and you have like people who, hey, Alton, hey. Yeah, it's like when you are surrounded by artists who are so giving and generous, and they're giving you ideas. Hey, Vichet, there's that feeling as a writer that you want to meet their talent and you want to meet their gifts. And so for me, the biggest surprise was just how successful it was to sort of exchange energy in this space, and to be able to sort of like just like commune with artists who are so good at their jobs.
Oh, I love that. I see some questions that are trickling in. So I'm going to encourage those who are still with us to lob them into the chat. Vichet, this is for you. Can you talk about what it's like to see a new work performed for the first time? And maybe even specific to this work, like having this incredible brain trust on this play this week, what that feels like in that first moment.
Yeah, it always feels terrifying. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like, it's like, give me a drink, sit back and let things happen. There's always that feeling of like, you could do more. But also, I think what's important as a writer, particularly when you're sharing new work, is to not be precious about things, just to give yourself that grace and to know that you're in process, and just really listen to the play. I mean, that's what I tell young playwrights. You just got to listen. You got to listen so that you have information to make the thing better.
Awesome. I'm going to maybe open up a question to the actors here. And it's kind of a similar vein in talking about new work. The first artists to breathe life into these people. And I wonder, the thing I'm asking is, what are the things about the play that kind of hit you where you live, in terms of like places where you lean in or connect to? Somebody want to take that?
Go ahead and riff a little on that. Definitely coming into the process, like Vichet said, there's just a lot of openness and vulnerability required to not be precious about, whatever ideas you've already had about like your character going into it. And it's the same for performers. We're listening to everything going on because it's informing all of us, and ultimately informing Vichet of what needs to progress forward. I was telling the company this, I think, like on day one. I have such a fascination with teenagers, and like specifically this generation of adolescents, Gen Z. Like they're just so they're just really badass with a capital B. And like, I guess to some extent, I like aspire to have that same uninhibited courage and like zero filters kind of thing. And it's really refreshing. I don't know how else to explain being able to dive into a character that is a queer Southeast Asian young woman. I mean, it's just that, period. Like, I am just so thrilled. I feel like there's a lot for me to just be like, I can live in that in my own body, and I'm not trying to do other things that I may have seen somewhere else or be someone else. And that's part of the developing too, is just letting it live in you to ultimately inform Vichet.
Awesome. Vichet, did you want to jump in? I saw the mute go away.
And then I was like, what did I do? I feel like this isn't very creative to say, but I really do genuinely love how honest the play was. And it really, that honesty was throughout the relationships, and the different stances that people had and took, and especially within like Soma and Sopat's character and how, like, their outlook on the world. It wasn't leaning necessarily one way or the other. It was like very, very expansive. And then it especially hit me when I was reading Soma's essay back to her, how intelligent and just really on the nose it was from both sides.
Awesome. Great. I want to make sure Alton, Monet, you guys want to weigh in on that? Y'all want to weigh in on that? Okay. So I have some questions that are coming in. And we have so it's great this week because you all got to chat with our members of our young company, and a bunch of them are watching, and we're so grateful that they're here. And so Liam from Young Company alumni, wants to know, why did you choose Soma's parents to be away and her father to be having an episode?
Yeah, so, something I've been investigating in this play is, since 2002, when the US and Cambodia signed the Repatriation Act, allowing Cambodian deportees to come back to Cambodia, 700 Cambodians in this country have been deported. And a lot of those stories are really tragic. People who, were convicted of really petty crimes 20 years ago, did their time, served their time, but also never made that step from permanent resident to naturalized citizen. And so so many of those people were deported. And so, that's something that I just think about the legacy of immigration in this country and think about how that affects a family. And so I made the choice to have Soma and Davi's parents, the father, being deported to Cambodia, and then the mother visiting him because he's had this panic attack. He's had a mental deterioration. And that is something that has happened to a lot of these people who have been deported. A lot of these people survived the genocide in Cambodia, came over when they were very, very young. So their last image of Cambodia was tragedy, was their families being killed and having to escape from that. And so for me, it's like, I'm trying to look at that big immigration problem and trying to put that in the lens of a family that in your community. And I know that's something that certainly the Lowell and Boston community and communities around the country are experiencing these problems right now. So yeah, that's why I made that choice.
Great. Thank you. So we're just going to take a couple more. Because we're going to get wrapped up here. So a question was asked about, there's a couple questions like around this, and I think we can kind of open this up to the whole group, just in terms of how young people were in mind as you're thinking about the play and talking about the play this week. It's one of the things that really occurs to me, like the way in which Soma is provoking and challenging and pushing and ahead of the adults in the play in a really exciting way, like setting the pace. So I'm curious, I think this might hit on some of the questions that have been asked. How much does that come up in conversation this week in terms of young people's presence in their room and their power? Somebody want to jump in on that?
I'll just say, like, I very much sort of relate to what Christian was saying about having a fascination with teenagers, and I feel like, especially in this moment of heightened sociopolitical awareness, I've been pretty awestruck by how younger generations or Gen Z have like a finger on the pulse that and a facility for especially understanding the like history of and interconnectedness of systemic issues and problems, and so that Soma's essay feels very much a reflection of that. And I'm always a big believer that characters have to be as smart as we are, and and that like, I'm not interested in theater that talks down to teenagers or represents them as though they either are apathetic or just don't know enough. I think neither of those things are true, and I believe that theater should also like speak to the best in us and the highest expectations we have for ourselves. And so that's very much sort of where I was with Soma and Sopat and Brittany as well, and that like where they are exploring is in self-actualization, is in figuring out like who they are and what they want, but that in a lot of ways that's lifelong, and that doesn't diminish what they see and what they know, and how much they, like so many in this generation, in like understand and see more than some of us adults. So so that's the kind of bedrock belief system that if informs how I work with on any play with teenagers, but I think it's especially reflected here in what Vichet has written and how he's written them with so much love and wit and sharpness. Yeah. Oh, you're muted, Courtney.
Thanks. I wonder, I don't want to put anyone on the spot, but Monet and Alton, I'm wondering if y'all want to chime in on this piece, since embodying these two teenagers, and like what are the things that like lit you on fire about these characters?
I think for what Pirronne was saying about how, teenagers these days, they have access to so much more. And because they have so much more access, they can have their finger on the pulse and get to explore. They get to be in themselves because they're exposed to so much more, so much earlier than any of us were. And so they get to latch on the things that they find really interesting, where we were just like on our bikes, like trying to figure out life. I don't know how old anybody is in this room, but I was on AOL Instant Messenger in 9th grade. So trying to make my username, like that was a big deal. So and like reading the first Harry Potter, like, so these kids like they have so much more, and so they feel just as uninhibited but much more sure. And I think that's a really fun thing to be able to play, to be knowledgeable, and to be free and uncaring. I'm a little bit jealous, actually.
Yeah, I'll echo what everyone has been saying. I'm in awe of this generation. I think the thing that struck me about the teenagers in this play, as well as what this play is looking at, is this idea that nothing ever changes. Like, so Pat has that scene, like nothing ever changes, everything's kind of the same. And on the first day, I remember Vichet talking about how he's examining how what do you call it? Immigration and how that has been carried on through generations and how that affects the people who are still being affected by immigration reform. As well as this idea of like old and new kind of living together, of like these younger generations still having to live with the history that their parents have had and being affected by that, and what I've learned about Lowell. And I think that's so true about teenagers is teenagers will always be figuring themselves out. They will always have the gusto to fight the system. And I think what makes them different this day and age is that they have so much access, but to information, and that they learn it at such a young age, but also that they have this platform that they're given where they can, speak their minds, or do some silly dances, or like look up what people were wearing in the 90s and make it look better today. And I think that's incredible. So I had a lot of fun playing this part. This character is so much more confident than I am, and I love that. So that was fun.
Awesome. Oh gosh, thank you all so much, and thank you for such a beautiful reading, actors. You just made such brave space all week and in this sharing. I'm going to do one last question. And Vichet, you can choose or not to answer it. Someone asked, will the wedding be in the final play?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Of course. Like, that's the thing. That's what we're leading to. But also, I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but I think it's going to look like not the Cambodian wedding that you imagine. I mean, it's going to have all the rituals, but I think we're going to have some MCs. I think it's going to be a whole thing, which I'm so excited to explore, as we step forward in this process, in this play. So.
Awesome. Oh, it's the kind of spoiler you want. I just want to extend on behalf of everybody at MRT a heartfelt gratitude to the folks here. Just thank you so much for making such wonderful work and artistry, and we're excited to continue to support and buoy the play as it moves forward. And then thank you all for joining us for First Look series. It's so good to see you. And Bonnie, is there anything else we need to say?
I don't think so, but thank you so much. Oh my gosh, my heart is so full right now.
Well, with full hearts, Caitlin, why don't you take us to some K-pop music, and we will sign off for tonight. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
못한 태도 간열린 몸에 쏙 가려진 볼륨은 더 배로 거침없이 찍힌 굳이 보진 않지 Black하면 pink 우린 예쁘지 않은 셀리 원하던 대놓고 뺐지 눈물에도 칼로 무배기 두 손엔 카디칼 배치 궁금하면 never fact check 눈 높인 꼭대기 물 만난 물고기 좀 촉해 난 toxic 유혹해 I'm fox 두번 생각해 넌 남들처럼 착한 척이 못하니까 착각하지 마 쉽게 웃어주는 건 날 위한 거야 아직은 잘 모르겠지 그저 원하면 test me 난 불보듯이 뻔해 만만한 너 원했다면 always till I do it hit you with that 뚜루뚜루 지금 내가 걸어가는 거리 Blackpink four way 사거리 동서남북 사방으로 running in a bucket list 싹 다 버려 널 당기는 것도 멀리 밀치는 것도 제 멋대로 하는 bang girl 조금 싫어하고 누가 뭐라 하던 with a bass drop it's another bang 두 번 생각해 흔한 남들처럼 착한 척은 못하니까 착각하지 마 쉽게 웃어주는 건 날 위한 거야 아직은 잘 모르겠지 굳이 원하면 test me 난 불보는 싶어해 안 나는 걸 원했다면 we don't do what hit you with that do-do-do-do hit you with that do-do-do-do what you gonna do when I come through with that what you gonna do when I come through with that